afternoon, everyone. It's Tracy Steen of Move Daily Fitness. You may have noticed I am not alone today. I have brought a special guest with me. This is Roz Huber. Roz is a yoga instructor and personal trainer extraordinaire. Now, you guys have wanted yoga. You have asked for yoga. Guess what? I'm bringing you yoga. All right, we're doing it right now. All right, Roz is going to take us through a basic yoga sequence. Well, not super basic. We're going to make some of the things challenging because I know that you guys like challenging. And so I'd love for you to follow along. Make sure that you grab your mat. Now, if you're interested in these yoga mats, go ahead and check the links below. You can order yours if you don't already have one, and you can get all set to get going. All right, Roz, let's get started. We're going to do some yoga. We're going to talk about some mental health issues afterwards, and we invite you to stay for the whole time. All right.
Perfect.
You're up, girl.
Yeah, let's get started. So we'll come to tabletop position, okay, hands and knees, and then go ahead and tuck your toes under. Yeah, like that. Okay, now take a deep breath in. We'll take the eyes up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then with your breath out, round the spine, tuck the chin in. And inhale, look forward and up, curve in the low back. Okay, exhale to round in, empty the lungs. Okay, 3 more, just like that. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, round and empty. In breath, and out breath. Last one, deep inhale, and exhale, empty and round. Okay, so we'll come back through a neutral spine. You're gonna pull your belly button in and up to engage through the core. I'm gonna reach the right arm, the left leg, back and away. Okay, take a long inhale, see if you can reach out a little further. And then exhale, elbow to knee right underneath you. All right, now flow with your breath. You inhale to reach out, and then exhale to pull in. Good. Inhale, and exhale. And just like that, inhale, we reach out, and then see if you can contract in with the breath a little further. Okay, one more, inhale. Exhale, hold here. Okay, now belly to spine. See if you can pick the knee up a little bit higher. Okay, we'll hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, come back to tabletop. You can sit the hips back towards the heels, a little movement. And shake out the shoulders, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay, left arm, right leg reaches out. Okay, long breath in. We press down through the right hand, and exhale, we pull in. Okay, inhale, reach out. Exhale to pull in. Okay, now see if you can really push back through your right heel. Long breath in. And exhale to pull in. Okay, 2 more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, pull in. Okay, long breath in. And as you exhale, empty. We hold here. Okay, hold here, belly to spine. Okay, we separate the shoulder blades and get strong through the right arm. Okay, for 3, 2, okay, come back to tabletop, same thing. We'll sit the hips back. We'll roll the shoulders left and right. All right, now come back through tabletop. We'll tuck the toes, long breath in. And with your exhale, hips pull high, downward facing dog. I'm gonna start to pedal out the feet, push the heels back, long legs. And then once we found some movement, when you press down through your palms, okay, we spread the fingers out evenly and wide. As you press down through the palms, the arms get long, the hips are high. And we'll start to press down, down through the heels. And you can even give your head a shake, no, and then yes. Okay, long breath in, you fill. And exhale to empty, long with the hamstrings. You know, look forward, good bend to the knees, long breath in. And we'll exhale, walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Okay, feet can be hip width apart to start. And we'll go halfway lift, hands to the front of the shins. And you think of this like a capital L or a 7 shape. Okay, exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway. Last one, just like this. And exhale, we fold. Okay, take your hands down. We're gonna heel to the feet back together. A little bit of space between the heels. A little bend to the knees, and then we reach up, rise, inhale. And hands to your heart, exhale. Good, inhale, reach up, look up. And then exhale, fold forward. Arms can go long or hands through heart center. Okay, inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold into you. Okay, we'll stand tall once again. Inhale, we rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good, inhale, we reach up. Movement with breath. And exhale, fold forward. Good, so we'll do that one more time. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Stand tall, inhale, rise up. And hands to your heart, exhale. Long breath in, reach high. And exhale, fold low. You will take that halfway lift, long breath in. And from here, we'll sit low. Okay, we bend into the knees and we sweep the arms up for chair pose. Okay, so we work some weight back into the heels. From here, see if we can keep the broadness across the chest. You're working with any shoulder injuries, you can even take your hands back to heart center and find cactus elbows or another variation that works for you and that feels good. Okay. Now see if you can sit down a little lower. Okay, find some strength in the legs. Equal weight through both feet. Grow long through the arms. Inhale, we reach up. And exhale, we sit a little lower. Reach the arms back, palms face down. Okay, so we still keep the bend to the knees. Inhale, chair pose, reach. Exhale, reach it back, sit a little lower. Good, inhale, reach high. And exhale, empty the lungs, reach it back. And this time we stand tall, reach up, rise, inhale, breath. And fold forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway up. And then exhale, we'll step to downward facing dog. Okay. Again, we'll find that pressure through the hands. The feet are hip width apart. We'll move through a modified flow, so we'll come forward to plank position. Inhale, breath here. You know, tap the knees down evenly. And exhale to the chest and then the belly. Okay, now toes point back behind you. Inhale to cobra, we lift the chest and the head. And then exhale, nose down to the mat. Okay, cobra, inhale. And exhale to roll down. One more time, just like that. Little pressure in the palms. Inhale. And then downward dog. Exhale. Long breath in. And a big breath out. So, bring the big toes to touch the back of the mat. Bend the knees. So now think of this like we're loading the spring that is your legs. Okay, now big breath in, belly to spine. And exhale, empty. Hop to the top of your mat. Good, halfway lift.
You didn't think I could do it, did you?
No, that was great. And exhale, fold forward. That was awesome.
I used to be a gymnast,
Yeah.
everyone. I used to be a gymnast, okay?
That's awesome. Okay, we'll stand tall, inhale, rise up. And then interlace your fingers. And slide the shoulder blades down the back and lean up and over to the right. Good. Okay, long, strong legs. And then find the breath in and out in just a comfortable pace and rhythm. So we're looking for a length through both side bodies. Okay, we're finding the stretch to the whole left side as you reach up and then over. Good, come through center, long breath in. And then exhale to the left. And I'm going to shift your focus over to the right side of your body. Okay, creating space between your ribs. And as long as you can through the whole right side. Come through center, long breath in. Okay, separate the arms shoulder distance and exhale the chair pose. Okay, long breath in, we reach up. And then exhale, we sit low, reach back. Okay, inhale, reach high, chair pose. That's it, and then exhale, reach it back. Good, we'll do it one more time. Inhale, and then exhale, reach back. Okay, stand tall, inhale, rise up. And cactus the elbows right beside the rib cage and think like you're trying to tip the heart high. pull the shoulder blades back and together. Okay, long breath in, arms go up. Okay, swan dive forward, exhale. And inhale halfway up. Okay, and then exhale, we'll step to high plank. So hands go down, shoulders right over top of wrists. Now if you need a modification, you're gonna take the knees down to the mat just like we did with our modified flow. Okay, so we'll come forward to the tip toes, and then exhale all the way down to your chest. Good. Now from here, we'll stick with Cobra one more time. Inhale, and then exhale, roll down. Okay, so you can stick with Cobra if you like, especially if you have some sensitivity in the low back. Okay, and if not, we'll go through upward facing dog. Okay, we plant the hands, peel the chest up, you lift the kneecaps, long breath in. Okay, flip over your feet, and downward facing dog, big breath out. Good, long inhale, big exhale. Okay, go ahead, lift your right leg up into the air. Okay, as long as you can, and then see if you can look underneath you, and your hips are level. Okay, we reach back through right heel, long breath in, and then exhale, elbow to your nose, or knee to your nose rather. That's it. Okay, now kick it back. Inhale, reach it back. And knee to nose, exhale. Good, one more time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale to your nose. Good, hold here. One big breath in. And now as you exhale, look forward and we'll set your right foot down. Take your left knee down to your mat. Eyes forward and take the arms up. Full breath in. And then exhale just to settle into your feet, into your left knee. Okay, so if you need a little extra cushion for the left knee, you can fold your mat over, or even just have a little towel underneath your knee. Okay, now as you start to look up, see if you can lean the shoulders back and get into the left hip flexor. Okay, as long as you can be through the whole front side of the body. And a full breath in, we reach up. Now as you exhale, take the hands down. We're gonna shift the hips back. We straighten the right leg. And you pull the right toes towards your shin. And you can sort of kickstand yourself with your hands beside you, either tented fingers, or if you have some props, maybe blocks on either side of you. And trying to stay as long as we can through the spine. Okay, so shoulder blades back, broad through the front of the chest. That's it. Take one breath in, see if you can find more length through the spine. And as you exhale, nose towards the right knee. And you start to climb yourself forward. And you rebend the right knee. We'll plant the hands, and then a little rock back, and we'll step to the top of the mat. And you inhale halfway up. And then exhale to high plank. Hands go down, and step the feet back. Good, so inhale, come to the tip toes. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Okay, inhale, upward dog or cobra. And downward dog, exhale. Okay, we'll lift the left leg up. Inhale, grab. Okay, stay here, find as much length as you can through your whole left leg. Okay, hips are level. And with a long breath in, pull the belly to the spine. And exhale, knee to nose, pull in, round in. Inhale, kick straight back. And exhale, we pull in and round the spine. Good, one more time, kick back, breathe in. And exhale, pull it in. Good, hold here, one big breath in. And exhale to step through between your hands. Okay, take your right knee down. And arms reach up, inhale. And exhale, we settle in. Yeah, and with the breathing too, if you need to take an exhale out of the mouth and then return back to the breath in and out of the nose, just whatever feels most comfortable for you to breathe today. Yeah, and then any props or any cushion that you need for the right knee, you can just bring that in. And then inhale, we reach up and out of the waist. As you exhale, take the hands down, we lengthen the left leg, start to sit the hips back towards your right heel. Okay, left toes flex towards the shin. And you keep the hips good and square here. You're gonna find the stretch through the whole left hamstring. Again, long with the spine here. I always love these moments just to be able to kind of find the places in the body where we have tension and be able to navigate it with your own breath. Just coming back to the attention inside of you. Yeah. And one long breath here, long spine. And exhale, nose down towards your left knee. Start to walk your hands forward. Okay, lift your right knee, we'll rock a little bit of weight back, and we'll step to the top of the mat. Okay, long breath in, halfway lift. And exhale, we fold forward. We'll heel toe the feet together. And then bend the knees a little. Strong core. Okay, belly to spine will stand tall. Inhale, sweep up. Okay, cactus the elbows once again. Heart high, shoulder blades together. And then inhale, we reach up. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale to chaturanga. Okay. High plank through low push-up. Make any modifications as you go. Okay. Inhale through back bend. And exhale to downward dog. Good. Long breath in. And that full breath out. You lift the right leg up once again. Long inhale. And exhale, just that silent step through right between your hands. And this time we keep the left knee lifted. Okay, belly to spine, we sweep the arms up, inhale. And exhale, we land into your feet. Okay, so this is a good spot. You want to check in with your feet so they're hip width apart. Okay, sometimes if we're on a tightrope, we can feel a little unbalanced. Okay, we lift up high, even take your eyes up. Good, and if you need a modification for high lunge, just go ahead and take the left knee down to your mat, okay, just where we were before. Good, so now we'll find that movement with breath. So see if you can kind of lose yourself a bit in the breath. Okay, we reach up, look up, and exhale, reach your arms back, runner's lunge. Okay, inhale, we reach high. Okay, and still lunge deep, exhale, reach back. That's it, inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Good. Last time to the top. Stay low in your right knee. Inhale. Okay, warrior two will open up to the left. Exhale. Okay, so arms are in line with the shoulders. Okay, now press down into your right heel. And then take the right arm way up and back. Inhale. And with the exhale, we'll float forward. Okay, right elbow down. Then we take the left arm overhead and reach. Okay, left palm's gonna face down towards the ground. And just look up and underneath the left bicep. Okay, a few breaths here, so you can sit low into the hips. So stay long through your left leg. Okay, we'll come all the way back up. Warrior two, long inhale. And exhale, take your hands down to frame your right foot. Now from here, we're gonna spice it up a little bit with the core. So we plant the hands. I'm gonna float the right toes back to 3-point plank. Long breath in. Okay, exhale, right knee to nose. Good, point the toes straight back, shoulders over wrist. And then knee to nose, exhale. Good, inhale, kick straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Good, inhale back. Exhale, we pull in. Good, inhale, breath. Exhale. Good, last time, inhale, step back. Option to keep the toes lifted. Exhale to chaturanga. Okay, inhale, back bend of choice. And downward dog, exhale. Okay, big breath in. And long breath out. And left leg rises, big breath in. And then exhale, that sweet step through. And we'll take the arms high, inhale. And then exhale, you settle in. That's it. And so again, just adjust the feet as you need. If you need to take the left foot a little wider to the left, just to give you some more support, some more balance. It's great. Okay, so pull the belly button in and up. That's it. And the arms are long, we'll take the eyes up, big breath in. And then arms reach back, exhale, runner's lunge. And inhale, we reach up. And Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, reach high. Reach back, empty the lungs. And inhale, we reach up. Warrior two, open to the right. Good, adjust the feet. Arms are long in either direction. And if you can keep the pressure down through left heel, this is somewhat of like a pivot point. Okay, so we'll take the left arm up and back. Long breath in, peaceful warrior. And then exhale all the way through center, left elbow down. We'll take the right arm overhead for extended side angle. And just keep the right palm facing down. Eyes can look underneath the right bicep. And pull the belly button in and up, strong with the core to pull yourself all the way up. Warrior two, inhale. And then exhale, take the hands down to frame the left leg. Okay, so same thing. I want you to find that good solid base for this little piece of core work. Okay, so plant the hands down, point your left toes back, inhale. Okay, exhale, knee to nose, round in. Okay, straight back with your leg, inhale. And exhale, we round. Inhale. And exhale, we pull in. Okay, we got it. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, breath. And exhale. Okay, inhale, 3-point plank. Okay, option to set the toes down. Exhale to flow. Inhale, back bend. And downward dog, exhale. Big breath in. Full breath out. Okay, so we'll walk the big toes to touch again. Then the knees will look forward. Okay, long breath in. And exhale, bound or step. We'll go to the top of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, we fold. Stand tall. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. You're gonna bring the hands down to the hips. And pivot the right knee open to the right. And we'll find tree pose. So you can set your foot just to the inside of left leg. You can even catch your foot and bring it into the upper thigh. Just wherever you feel you can keep your hips stable. And then once you feel grounded through your left leg, you can bring your hands to heart center. You can even take your arms overhead, grow your limbs. And if you can bring the breath back in, into your awareness, heart rate comes down. Stand as tall as you can through your left leg. And the hands come down through your heart center to your hips. And we're going to pivot the right knee forward. Flex the right toes. And we're going to pivot on the left hip. Right leg extends way back behind you. Okay, the elbows face up towards the ceiling. So we keep the shoulder blades together. That's it. Nice. That's it. So good. Okay, and then we'll reach the arms alongside the body. If you like to keep the hands on the hips, might just give you a little more balance. And see if you can reach a little further back. Reach back through the right heel through your fingertips. Good. Okay, now belly button to spine. We're gonna keep the left knee bent. Come all the way up through center. Get as tall as you can. Right knee high. And then step it down. Relax your arms. Big breath in. And open mouth exhale. And hands back to your hips. We'll switch sides. And so tree pose, and just take a second here to really find that spot along the inner line of your right leg that feels best today. And we're gonna bring the hands to heart center. And if you think of strong trees as they have those big trunks, and they have the root system that grows down. So if you think of those beautiful places in nature that I've seen something like that. See if you can embody that here through your right leg. And from that strong foundation, we get light and lifted. Express your arms, your limbs way up. Just bring your attention back in. You feel yourself breathing, standing tall and strong. More breath, we reach high. And then exhale, hands back through heart center to your hips. I'm going to pivot the left knee through center, flex the toes. And we pivot on the right hip. Left leg goes back. And once you feel grounded and stable, you can take the hands back alongside you. And you toppling tree, reach back through your fingertips, through your left heel. And see if you can still keep the shoulder blades back, chin tucks in just slightly. That's it. Okay. And dive the chest a little more forward, reach back through the heel, your left foot. Good. And then a little bend on the right knee. Think of this like a buoyant, helping you stay buoyant. Okay, and we'll come back through center. Reach up, left knee hook so high, as tall as you can be. And then exhale, step down, we'll fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale through high plank. Okay, hands go down, feet back. Last flow here, we'll come forward to the tiptoes, breathe in, hips stay lifted. And then exhale, slow lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale to downward dog. Okay, so from here we'll take the right leg high, long breath in. And then with the exhale, you can go ahead and come forward into pigeon. Okay, knee behind the wrist. And a few options here. If this feels best to stay lifted up on the hands, or again if you have blocks, you can do that here. If you like, you can even come down onto your elbows. Sleeping pigeon. And you can bow the head down into your hands. Good. So if this isn't quite right for your right knee, so you can stay, you can come over onto your back and we'll go through thread the needle. So right foot crosses over top of left thigh. And just pull your legs right in through center. Like that. There's always options, honoring your body exactly where you're at. Okay, so we'll take our last couple breaths, whether you're in thread the needle or in pigeon. Just keeping the hips nice and level, and stretching to the outside of the right hip. So if you're in thread the needle, you can go ahead and stay there. And if you're in pigeon, we'll tuck the left toes under. We'll step back to downward facing dog. And hips high, little bend to the knees. Good. And then go ahead, lift the left leg. Inhale, breath. And exhale, take the knee behind the left wrist. Okay, so you can go ahead and switch sides if you're in thread the needle. Left foot over your right thigh. Okay. If you're coming to pigeon and you notice a big difference side to side with the hips, you can make the adjustment, either staying up tall or coming down onto the elbows. Just whatever feels best right here. Last couple breaths, just to keep the hips level, and breathe some life into the left outer hip. And then if you're in pigeon, you go ahead, plant the hands. Okay, and we'll tuck the right toes under and step back, downward facing dog. There's a little bend to the knees, you push the heels back, find some more movement. Fresh blood and oxygen to your joints. And we'll take the knees down to the mat. You can roll it over onto your back. And if you're in thread the needle, we'll just meet you right there. And hug the knees in towards your chest. And lengthen the left leg out onto your mat. Keep the right knee hugged in. Just finding some support through your whole spine. Just a little movement if that feels good. And we'll take the right knee all the way across the body to the left. And we'll find just an easy twist. center. You can hug both knees in towards your chest, getting that little roll side to side if you like. And then lengthen your right leg out onto your mat. A little movement. Bring the left knee wide or into center. Your left knee over to the right side of the body. Pass the twist on the other side. And you're still being aware of your breath. Just keeping it good and easy right here. Find some downtime on your back. One last hug of your knees in towards your chest. And lengthen your legs out one by one. And find Shavasana. Keep your arms out, and you can stay here for anywhere 3 to 5 to 10 minutes. All you have to do is
I like that. All right, we'll let them keep staying there if they want, and you can pause the video, but thank you, Roz. Let's give her a hand.
it's all fun. Good job.
Yeah. Okay, well that was fantastic. Hopefully you feel relaxed, and I totally feel relaxed. And I think that's part of the benefit of yoga, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just taking the time out of your day to spend it with you and to have that, you know, even just if it's 5 or 10 minutes in your day to sit and reflect and really just do nothing. You know, we don't really ever do nothing and just relax. So
we're crazy. You know, stresses, you know, our brains are constantly on autopilot, just thinking, you know, like we have these puppy dog brains, see something shiny, we start thinking about something else over there. This, what I find is, as I'm listening to her instruct, I pay attention to her voice and listen to my own breath, and that helps bring me into the moment, right? I think that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we aren't really trained to do this ourselves,
right?
You know, and hence why you might, you know, find something on YouTube or be able to go to your own studio or, you know, go to a class that you love to do, and just be able to have that sort of internal time, because it is so external, you know, the to-do list and I got to be here and pick the kids up and do this thing and go over here and make sure everyone's happy, right?
Right.
And just like where are we pulling that energy from?
Right.
It's all in
you can do it for so long, and then all of a sudden you can't anymore.
Yeah.
Then you're like tapped, and then you lose your mind.
Yeah, and you're like, no more. Cannot.
No more.
Cannot. I need something different. Right?
Have you ever had a moment like during yoga where you're like, you kind of broke down, or you had an emotional moment? And tell us what that was like if you had. If you want to.
No, absolutely. It's usually in Shavasana when you're laying out after practice, the work, and you know, whether it's maybe something the teacher prompted or asked, and just kind of made you reflect on your own kind of life and where you're at, because if there's a room of, you know, 30 or 50 people in a class, you know, that you're really having your own experience, and there's one teacher leading you with their words, right?
Especially if your eyes are closed, that's what you feel like, right?
Yeah, and that's all just what's happening inside, right? So, you know, just for me most recently, it's just sort of the overwhelm of like lots of things on the go, and just feeling like, can I really do it? And like, what's really happening? And like, you know, trying to balance a relationship and family time and all that kind of thing. And sometimes it's just like good to have a little like a good cry, and I was like, I love.
Have you done that? Like
tears.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes if you're like working so hard or you're in hot yoga, it's like you don't know if it's sweat or tears, so we just like
perfect.
Just lay out.
It's just dripping out of my eyes. It's fine.
It's fine. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. But that's good, because you're right. It's a moment where you can just really reflect. You know, how do you think yoga helps with our mental health? Like, what would you say the benefits of that would be?
It increases awareness. Yeah. And I think sometimes when we get on that autopilot or like the default mode of just like getting stuff done, you know, it yoga really brings us into what we're doing in that one moment of like breathing in and breathing out, or stepping forward, or whatever it is, right? But with the mental health, it's creating more awareness of like the internal sort of like landscape of you.
Right.
You know, that's what I've kind of alluded to some of this stuff in some of my own work, and just like what's really happening in there, you know. And it's often those like scary things that you sort of put in the corner underneath the desk that you don't really want to look at or talk about, that can be really scary and also just like uncomfortable and weird. And how do I talk about this? Who do I talk to this about? And with yoga, it kind of gives you a sobering moment of like, whoa, this is really what's going on for me. And to get truthful and like honest with yourself, to be like, if you need help, that there are resources. And usually, you know, that can happen over a series of like of time. You know, it's not something that just you walk in and you're like, okay, well, here we are.
My soul open today.
It's like sort of like it's a long, it's a process of like kind of uncovering your beliefs and how you've grown up and experiences that you've maybe carried that you didn't know.
Don't you think that is critical to our overall wellness though? Like I feel like as I talk to people, and there's so many people who are afraid to open up that Pandora's box and take a deep look in. And I say, like, I don't think you're gonna lose weight. I don't think you're gonna get fit. I don't think you're gonna go live your best life until you kind of, you know, swallow the blue pill and see how far the rabbit hole goes, right?
Exactly. And I think like that first step is just like being curious. Of like, just like maybe open up the cover, you know, like the first page, like, okay, what's going on here? Because then, yes, the rabbit hole is there, but it's like giving yourself that space and the like total love that that you can have that honest conversation. And that if you don't feel that you have the people or the sort of infrastructure in your life to be supported,
that's important.
To find it. Right?
And it's everywhere.
Yeah,
it is everywhere. Like, I mean, you may not have that in your direct, you know, friendship circle, and you should look for people who are like that in your life. But there's lots of professional help out there, you know, that you can go and, you know, just talk to someone and take a moment to explore those things. And like she said, like with compassion, I think that's the biggest thing.
Totally.
Because we all have it. Like we all have our stuff, and it's, you know, like even the therapist has her stuff or his stuff, and so you know,
it's so true. And just that like that other little piece of loving yourself through the whole thing and being compassionate, we're not taught how to do that.
No.
You know, we're not really taught to be like, okay, it's all circumstantial, that if something goes wrong, I'm somehow a bad person, right? And that we kind of collect these ideals along the way, and it's not always, that's actually not the case, right? So if we go in it with love, and of course it's easier sort of said than done, but when you kind of like open that book and see
slowly like, over time, then practice it. And it takes practice, doesn't it? Like just in the moment, you hear a story in your head, and then you have compassion for that, you be curious about that, and then you know, I didn't die, that wasn't so bad. I was just gonna say, just getting vulnerable is like a crazy hard, like sort of tall order, but like that's the key to like looking and going deep. That's it. I know. I know. As scary as it is, that is the key. I know. I just was thinking that like, you know, in yoga, for me, I don't practice it as often as I would like to, but I will get there one day. But when I do it, I feel like I can really practice mindfulness. I can really practice like paying attention to my breath, staying in the moment, because I think that when we don't camp there, when we camp in the future, we think, what if, you know, oh my gosh, you know, he's gonna die of cancer, or you know, he's gonna leave me, or my friends are gonna talk about me, or what if this happens, what if that happens? All of a sudden we have anxiety, we have panic, right? And so those things can just get us on this train and derail us. And then when we live in the past, you know, we think about, oh, I wish that this had happened. I'm so sad my mother wasn't like this. Then we deal with depression and depressive symptoms, right? So when you're in the moment, when you're practicing yoga or meditation or breathing, mindfulness, you can be right in the moment, because that's all you got anyway.
That's it, right? That's it. And of course, you know, easier said than done, because, you know, there's something to be said about planning and ahead and like getting things set, but just being able to practice the mindfulness is really giving you practice to be in challenging moments off the mat and away from your, you know, physical maybe practice or breathing practice.
Which is, every day you have those moments. When I was a therapist, we used to, like, you know, I'd give a client maybe elastic band around her wrist, and then when she noticed her little puppy dog brain thinking about other things, she'd snap it. It was kind of like ring a bell.
Yes.
Pavlov's dog.
Yes, you got it.
Right? She'd snap it just to bring her into the moment and to remind herself that this is all I have right here, right now. This is my moment. So let's deal with what is real in it right here.
And because we can get caught in those stories that aren't actually right there.
So much.
You
we get on the train and then we're just gone.
We're gone. It's like in traffic, somebody cuts you off and you make up some story about what's happening there, and they didn't know that I was in a hurry or something, and they probably didn't even know, right? It's like,
I know.
that's not real.
But that's right. Like you can practice that any moment. You're in a grocery store lineup. You're in traffic. If you're reactive, it means something's going on inside of you. So those are the moments to just go, okay, well, pay attention, bring myself back. What's my story that I'm telling myself? How can I stay in this moment?
Yeah.
Be present. Yeah. All right. Well, that was excellent. We're on the same page. Hopefully you're on that page as well. And I encourage you that if this stimulated something for you today, that you would reach out, talk to someone, explore those parts of yourself that require you to just take a little deeper look so that you can be more of the person that you were meant to be. All right, as always, move daily in your fitness, and this week your wellness and your nutrition, and we will see you in the next video.